higher order thinking skills in mathematics. So teachers, let's start with the fundamental question. What is higher order thinking skills in education? Can I have a view from your side? What is the meaning of higher order thinking skills in education? Anyone wants to share their view about this topic? Anyone?
It is the uppermost place in Bloom's taxonomy, the last level, creativity, evaluation.
Correct, ma'am. Creativity. You have connected with the good topic, creativity. Anyone else?
It enables children to think out of the box.
Correct, ma'am. Children will think out of the box. Very nice. Now move to the next slide. So higher order thinking skill is also known as HOTS and is a concept popular in American education. It differentiates critical thinking skills from rote memorization. So when we say rote memorization is nothing as learning something, mugging something, and recalling that thing. It's just the basic understanding of the concept. Right, teachers? So when we say HOTS, it differentiates critical thinking skills from the rote memorization. HOTS is based on Bloom's taxonomy. I believe you teacher would have heard about Bloom's taxonomy, created by Benjamin Bloom in 1956 in his book, Taxonomy Educational Objective. So what is the meaning of educational objectives? When we say it's an educational objective, what is the meaning of educational objective? Teachers, you can share your view. The same when I'm teaching something, when I'm sharing my experience with you, definitely the same time I'm also learning something from you. So when we say educational objective, what is the meaning of educational objectives? It's nothing, it's learning, right? What they learn, what is the objective? When we teach some concept and topic in a classroom, we'll be having learning objective for the student, right? What they learn, what is the outcome? Yes, teachers? So Benjamin Bloom has given one taxonomy which is based on the educational objectives. And it is, you can see in the right hand side, I'm using the diagram explained. It is having 6 levels: knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. It is the original taxonomy which is created by Benjamin Bloom in 1956. Now, when we say HOTS, according to HOTS, critical thinking has been defined as higher order thinking skill, which has better learning outcome than simply memorizing. If you memorize something, definitely you don't know the concept behind that. You just memorize it, and whenever you need it, you just recall it. Am I right, teachers?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
But when we say HOTS, the HOTS define critical thinking, and it includes synthesizing, analyzing, reasoning, comprehending, application, and evaluation. These all the steps are involved in HOTS. These are critical thinking. The HOTS, out of these, the top 3, you can see the 6 levels what I have showed you according to the Bloom taxonomy. These, out of these 6 levels, the last 3 levels, you can go from bottom to top, lower learning skill to higher order thinking skill. So, knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. And that last three are analysis, synthesis, and evaluations. It comes under higher order thinking skills. These covers higher order thinking skills. Or these form a major part of classification of education goals in Bloom's taxonomy. Now, higher order thinking skills are skills involving analysis, evaluation, and synthesis. Again and again, we are using this word because these are the key words for HOTS. And these words are very, very important. We should know the meaning of these words and how it is going to work when we talk about HOTS. The higher order thinking skill leads to creation of new knowledge. What is the meaning of that? When you know something and when you use that knowledge to create something new, it is definitely your higher order thinking skills. Am I right, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So we can say we call these skills as a higher order thinking skill because they require learning of complex judgmental skills such as critical thinking and problem solving instead of simply learning facts and concepts. If you know simple concepts, simple facts, but if you know how to use it, if you know how to take complex judgment and how to use those things in a current situation or problem, it means you know better than the simple concept and facts. Am I right, teachers? Now, here we can see, as I said, the previous taxonomy, what I showed you, that was the original taxonomy, which is created by Bloom. And now what I'm going to show you, this is the revised taxonomy, which is revised in 2011. So teacher, can you see the difference? What I've showed you previously, have you noted down all the point in that? What was the level?
Yes,
what
ma'am.
was there in first level?
So knowledge.
Knowledge. Second level was?
Comprehension.
Comprehension. Third level was?
Application.
Fourth level was?
Analysis.
Fifth level was?
Synthesis.
And sixth level was?
Evaluation.
But when they have revised, what changes you can see in revised taxonomy?
So the first level, instead of knowledge, it's remembering part.
Right, remembering.
Yes,
so they have changed from noun to verb. What it should be and how it should be, right? So when you say knowledge, means what it should be. It's like a remembering, right? The same way, the second level, comprehension has become understanding or understand. Third level is the same, apply and application. Fourth is also analyze. Now fifth, which is very, very important level. Fifth, one big change in the top two level is the fifth level, evaluation has become the top level. Evaluation has become the fifth level, which was the top level in the original taxonomy, right? Because evaluation is very, very important. The child should know why he's doing. He should be able to justify his reasoning. He should give the reasoning why he's doing that, right? And the synthesizing, nothing is creating something new. That should be the top level. When child know how to analyze, how to evaluate, then he will go to the last level, creating something new. Am I right, teachers? So this is the changes what they have done in revised taxonomy. The first one is remembering, understanding, apply, analysis, evaluate, and create. Any doubt, teachers?
No, ma'am.
No. So can you understand these all the levels? Whatever I have taught till now, whatever I explained till now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So can we learn more about these levels? Now, let's understand more about these levels. So first level, what we have seen, remembering, right? The remembering is nothing. It was the knowledge in the previous original taxonomy. Right, teachers? So what is this? This is the most fundamental level of understanding that involves remembering information regarding a subject matter, whatever subject. Our subject is math. So definitely child will learn the formulas, child will learn the concept, whatever we'll teach in the classroom. That will be the basic information about the topic. This means the students will be able to define concepts, list facts, repeat key arguments, memorize details, or repeat information. So this is the first level of our learning skill. And very simple example I will give you. When child learn the table, when he memorize the table, what he will do when you go in a class 1 and when you ask them to learn the table, or class 2, when you ask them to learn the table, so how will they learn the table? Tell me, teachers. If you ask class 2 student to learn the table, or when you teach them the table, how will you teach?
Only by memorizing it, ma'am. Like writing it on
repeat
the board and
yes.
saying it 2 1s are 2. That's how we teach.
Correct, Kamakshi ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So what we are doing, we are just keep on teaching the table in the classroom, and children are just repeating those numbers again and again, and slowly they are able to recall that number whenever we ask for the table. But they don't know the concept behind that, but they are remembering, they are able to remember that, right? So we can say in this level, the learner can recall, recognize, and identify by him or herself. Am I right, teachers? So when child is in this level, we can say child is in remembering level. That is very first level of the taxonomy or learning skill. Now, can I have few more examples from your side? What kind of question we can cover in remembering level? Teachers?
Like we can ask like how much is 1 meter is equal to how many centimeters?
Yes. So
will
we
that
are
be
yes. Yes, ma'am. I think Sundari ma'am was saying something.
No, ma'am. They can just, we can ask questions about the concept, how much they know about the concept. By that we can be able to get their points also, you know.
Correct. So we can say the number names.
Yes. Writing the number names becomes
yes, there is no concept behind that. They will just learn ONE1, TWO2. They'll just really can revise and they will learn the thing, right? The same way, listing the number. Like you can ask them to write the forward number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They will just write the numbering. Am I right, teachers?
Yes.
This is just the stage where child can learn and remember the thing and recall the thing. So this is the first level of our taxonomy. Now we'll come to the second level of a learning skill. That is, what was that?
Understanding.
Understanding. So definitely understanding will be more than remembering. Now, understanding means being able to explain. Here, child will be able to explain what he is learning. And this can involve explaining the meaning of concept or an idea. Although this level of understanding is more advanced, means we are saying child is learning something, understanding. It is very descriptive. He is able to explain also what he has learned and what is the concept behind it. But students cannot produce an independent critical analysis of a theory or identify its strengths and weaknesses. What is the meaning of that? A child can understand the concept, but he cannot go beyond that. He cannot understand why that concept has come and how it has come. Am I right, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now I can take the same table example, what I have given for the remembering. Then remembering place, child is able to memorize the table. But when we come to understanding, we can teach them what is the meaning of 1 2za. And he will able to explain 1 2za means 2 1 time. 2 2za means 2 times we have to add 2. 2 plus 2, 4. Then 3 2za. 2 plus 2 plus 2. 3 times we are adding 2 and we are getting answer 6. Means 3 times 2. Am I right, teachers? He is able to understand the concept behind the table. Now he's not memorizing and understanding the concept. He can explain also. When we say 4 3s means he should understand 4 times 3. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 12. Am I right, teacher? So in this position, in this level, the person or the child, the learner is able to explain and describe things in his and her own words. So he'll be able to understand the concept, whatever we are teaching. Am I right, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
So can I have few questions under this level? If you can share few questions from your side, teachers. Anyone? Think, teacher, we are just thinking about only the elementary level, class 1 to 5. You can think about just class 1 and 2, which is very lower level. And we are also talking about the learning skills, the low levels, right? Starting levels.
Ma'am, how about comparison, ma'am? Like comparing the numbers.
Very good question, ma'am. Comparison. We can ask children to compare. So how will they compare when they know which is bigger number, which is smaller number?
Which is smaller number.
Yes, correct. Yes. And any other thing, ma'am? The same concept, we can go for ascending order, descending order.
Yes.
Yes. So he can understand and he can arrange the number according to that.
They can understand, they can insert comma based on Indian number system.
Yes, ma'am. Correct. Place values you're talking about, ma'am.
Insert commas according to the Indian number system in the given number.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So what was the, this is understanding in the new taxonomy. What was the previous taxonomy? What was the level? Understanding was the level. What is known as?
Comprehension.
Thinking skill.
Comprehension.
Comprehension.
Yes. Now we'll move to the third level. And what is the third level, teachers? It is same in both the
application.
Application or applying. So it's a very clear with the word itself, applying. So what will happen? What child learn, he should be able to apply. So applying refers to the ability to use information in situation other than the situation where he has learned that. This represents a deeper level of understanding. So what is the meaning of that? The child is not only using that application where he has learned and which situation he has learned. He knows this application concept and he can use it anywhere, wherever he needs, right? The key development is the ability to apply information. And understanding can be taking knowledge and using it in a variety of ways. So we can say, here the focus is on the ability to use knowledge in many different ways. What he knows, he can use in so many ways. Right, teachers? I'll give you one simple example. Like we continue with the same example what I have given for the remembering tables, then understanding now will come to applying. So for example, a child who knows table, right? And he understands what is the concept behind table. Now, if mother asks him to go and buy the biscuits from the market, from the shop, and mother is giving just ₹20 in his hand and asking to go and buy 4 packets from the shop, biscuit packets, right? When he goes to shop, he can see one biscuit packet cost ₹5. If child can calculate and find out that the 4 packets of biscuit will cost ₹20 and he has enough amount to buy those packets. So what we can say? The child is in this level, he can able to apply what he has learned. Yes, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
It's not like that. Maybe when he learned the concept, that time teacher would have given different examples, right? But he understood the concept and that concept, what he learned, he is using in different situation, in different way. Am I right, teacher? So when child is able to use that concept, what he has learned in day-to-day life and different situation, we can say child is in this level, application level, where he can apply, right? So what he knows, he can apply. to use knowledge in different ways. Can I have some more example in this particular level, ma'am? Anybody wants to share? And you can share something which is related to our maths questions also. What kind of question we can say it will come under applying?
Word
problems are best
Word
examples,
problems.
ma'am.
Word problems? Okay. Other than word problems, ma'am?
Solve or use those kinds of problems can come under application.
What did you say, ma'am? Just now you said something.
Solving or use the method.
Solving. Find the total. Find the sum. Add and subtract. They know the concept, but they are the new numbers which they are getting in the question paper, and they have to arrange and they have to solve. Right? So they know the concept, and they are again going to apply the concept in a new situation or new question. Am I right, teachers?
No.
Yeah. The word problem you said, that is very correct, ma'am. But word problem, we can go for the next level. So the word problem, again, child has to read the question. Right? So what we have learned till now, these 3 levels are our basic learning skills. From here on, we'll move to the higher order thinking skills. So after applying, what is the next level?
Analyzing.
Analyzing.
Analysis.
So anybody can explain what is the meaning of analyzing? Simple word. What will happen when we say we analyze something? What we will do in that analyzing?
Comparing or difference between the numbers.
Okay.
When we analyze something, we think about it, ma'am.
We collect the information about that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes,
small
ma'am.
information in small part, right? So in Bloom taxonomy, the analyzing level is where students use their own judgmental analyzing the knowledge they have learned, what they have learned, and try to connect in a small part what they have learned. And conducting an analysis independently is the next level of understanding. Again, he is able to remember, he is able to understand, he is able to apply. Now, next level is analyzing, where he will get so many concepts together, and he has to divide in a small part to understand, to get that information, what they are asking him. And this information, this includes the ability to draw logical conclusion based on given facts or make connection between various constructs. So what will happen once whatever information he'll get, he'll divide in a small part to understand the question, to analyze that question. Am I right, teachers?
Yes,
and child,
Yes,
and child have to independently draw logical conclusion based on the facts and make connection. Whatever facts he will get, whatever information he'll get, he has to try to connect those information also. They do this by breaking down. What they will do for that? They are breaking down the information in the smaller parts. And after it, categorize them. In which category it will come? On the basis of relationship and pattern. So now, very simple example for this. When we talk about class 1 and class 2, even class 3, we can go for the, again, we can take the table concept, which I have taken from the first level, second level, third level, the fourth level. Again, we can go for the table concept. We can create one pattern based on any table. And we can ask children, this is the pattern. Now find what will be the next number in this pattern. Am I right, teachers? We can ask some table which child doesn't know, but we can give as a pattern and ask child to find the pattern, what is the pattern, and write the next number, what comes next. So what will happen? What child will do?
The child has to first look into the pattern, understand what is the relationship between the numbers, and then realize what will be the next one.
Yes. So a child is able to analyze that thing.
Yes. Analyze and make a conclusion based on the analysis.
Try to connect all the thing, right? Whatever number difference is coming, we'll try to connect and then try to find out the next number. Am I right, teachers? So first he has divided in a small information. Then after whatever he knows, And based on the fact what he is having, we'll try to connect it and get the answer. Am I right, teachers? So now, teachers, can I have few examples under this level? Any question which you can think under this level analysis?
We can take example from the time lesson, ma'am.
From?
Time lesson.
Time lesson, okay, ma'am.
Like he started the work at 5 o'clock and it took for like around 1.5 hours to complete. So when he would have completed, yes. Or if he takes a break for half an hour in between, what is the end time? So something like that, when we include it, then we will be able to analyze that part and yes.
Yeah, correct, ma'am. You can give starting time and you can tell the 2 to 3 activities after that, continuously.
After that, yes.
And then child has to calculate, and then finally he has to say at what time he finished the last activity.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I right, Kamakshi, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're right, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, correct, ma'am. This is a nice question. We can ask child, and definitely child has to break the question in small part, and finally he has to reach to the answer. Now, teachers will move to the next level. And what is that next level?
Evaluate.
So when we talk about evaluate, once we break down the information for analysis, we can then establish the correctness of the same. If we divide something, definitely we should be able to find out whether what we are doing is right or wrong. That's what child will do. We are not going to evaluate. Child is going to evaluate what he is doing or she is doing. And students will be able to identify the merits of an argument and understand the relative strength of each point. Whatever he discuss, whatever he'll say, he'll be able to justify. He'll be in that position to justify whether what he's saying is right. You can see in a classroom when child will come up with the answer, he'll be having some reason behind that, right? Am I right, teachers? When we say how you got this answer, we cannot just accept the answer. We'll ask him what you have done, how you got this answer, how you thought you have to do this thing. Am I right, teachers? So they will be able to give reasoning for their answers. So when child in this stage, at this level, we can say child has reached to the evaluating level. Teachers, can I have few questions related to this level?
We can do it in money concept, ma'am. Yes. We can show the number of items like in a fruit shop. Mango, okay. apple, orange, like that. So he has an amount of rupees 200. So what are the possibilities he can buy the fruits by choosing either mango or orange, banana, like that?
Okay.
So the student can evaluate with the money what they have in their hands.
That is enough or not, or how much they can buy, right? And what are the things they can buy using that money? Am I right, Purnima, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And teachers, and you can see in the maths paper, whenever we go for the higher classes, we'll be having so many questions which is having 4 marks, 3 marks. Am I right, teachers? And we don't accept the direct answer from the child. Am I right? We ask children to write step by step, and each step carries marks. I think on the previous session also in assessment topic, ma'am would have asked you to give the marking according to the, when you ask the question, your marking scheme should say what question, what mark, and what step carries what mark. Am I right, teachers? So why we'll do that thing? Why we have to give marks for the step by step, all the steps? Why we have to consider those steps? We got the direct answer. Child can write direct answer. We can give 4 marks directly to the child. But why we want the step by step answer?
It shows that how they are.
Yes, Deepika ma'am, your voice is not clear, Deepika ma'am.
It shows that they understand in proper way so that they do in step by step.
Correct. So what is happening there? They know what is the correct concept. They understand, then they analyze the question, and they are solving this question. So they know the step. When they do the step, they will easily find out whether what they are doing is right or wrong.
Yeah.
Right, teachers? So they are in that position to evaluate. Now we are again talking about the elementary level, our class 1 to 5. So definitely what we are teaching them, you know, we are teaching them check your answers in division method. Few children will solve every time they follow that method to check their answer. They are evaluating their answer, whether they have written the right answer or not. Whether you ask that question, check your answer or not, they will check. So they understood the question and they are trying to evaluate what they are doing. Am I right, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now teachers will come to the final, finally we are reaching to the final level. And what is that level now? According to the new taxonomy. The old taxonomy, the 5th level was, what was the fifth level? The original
old one, ma'am. The 5th one was synthesis.
Yes. So what is the meaning of synthesis? Nothing, is again creating something new.
Yes, ma'am.
And now the final level is creating. The final level of Bloom's, actually we have changed the level. So the old level, the original level, you can see synthesis was the 5th level and 6th level was the evaluating. But in a revised taxonomy, evaluating is the 5th level and the top level is the creating. The final level of the Bloom's taxonomy is when students can create something new. What he knows, using that knowledge, using those facts, he can make something new, invent something new, new design, new formulas, new theorem, right? And that did not exist, something new. So definitely teachers, not all the students, all the learners reach to this level, but we can observe it in our class when child will come up with the new ideas. The small student, definitely when they come with the new ideas, new statement, new, some new question, word problems. You can see when you ask children to make your own word problem, they'll come up with a new word problems. If they know the concept, if they understood the concept, definitely you can see the way they'll come up with the new questions, new word problems. So these all, we can just observe and see how children are reaching to this level. So anybody wants to share this this kind of this level, anything they have observed in their class under this level, creating? Purnima ma'am, Sundari ma'am. You have not experienced anything where a child has come up with something new, creative thing?
The students can create alphanumeric code and write number name for it, ma'am, for numbers.
Yes, ma'am.
For example, A belongs to 1, B belongs to 2, C belongs to 3. So they can they can create the alphanumeric code for their student's name and then write the number name. Can be a creative level, ma'am.
Yes, Purnima. Very nice, ma'am. So here, see, child is not doing what he has learned. He is trying to make something new. So again, we are thinking, talking about elementary levels. So we are talking 1 to 5. Definitely 1 to 5 students they will come up with this kind of new things, right? What they can do for them, it is all new for them, and they are learning. They are still in learning stage. Now we quickly summarize by using these all the level whatever we have learned till now, using one small diagram. You can see we have learned about remembering. Remembering is nothing but recalling information. Then understanding is nothing but explaining ideas or concepts. Then applying is nothing, using information in another familiar situation, whatever day-to-day life, whatever situation they are facing. Analyzing, breaking information into parts to explore understanding and relationship between whatever information they are getting. They have to connect all the thing, and finally they reach to the answer. Evaluating, justifying a decision a course of action, designing, constructing, planning, producing, inventing. We all have learned what is HOTS, right? HOTS is nothing is higher order thinking skill. Now, let's see how we can teach higher order thinking skills in the class. Teachers, can you please tell me how we can teach this higher order thinking skill? We are teaching concepts in the classroom. We are taking lessons. So how can we teach higher order thinking skill in the class? How we can enhance this ability in the classroom?
By giving them simple puzzles.
Puzzles, riddles.
Yes, riddles, simple questions. Yes, Deepika ma'am.
Self-made questions.
Yeah,
Yes,
simple puzzles can be done.
Yes, puzzles, math game. Then so we have learned about the approaches, right? We have learned about what should be the method and strategy when we are teaching in the classroom. So definitely when we appropriate teaching strategies and learning environment, definitely facilitate growth in student thinking skills in area of critical, reflecting, metacognitive, and creative thinking. Am I right, teacher? When the way we approach, what are the strategies we use in the classroom? What kind of environment will make for the student? Definitely that will facilitate growth in student thinking skill, and they will be able to think critically, creatively, and they will be able to solve problems, right? Using these all the skills. Am I right, teachers? So what kind of strategies you can use? I have heard few examples, like we can ask riddles, we can ask puzzles, we can play math games. Then what else we can do? I believe you would have heard the name mental maths in the previous session. Am I right, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
Ma'am said children like those mental math session. Whenever ma'am says we have mental math session today, so definitely we should conduct mental math during the classes. It's nothing the small few questions which is based on the concept what you have taught them, but it can be like a child has to listen. Sometimes we don't write the question on the board. We just dictate the question. So that time child has to be very attentive in the classroom to listen to the question correctly. Then his learning skill will be there. Then after what he has learned and understand and how he has come to his answer. So all three steps he has to follow. Am I right, teacher? All the things are not on the board. Sometimes mental math question will just dictate 4 questions in the classroom one by one, and child has to be very, very attentive to understand the question and then write the answer. Sometimes it can be a word problem, sometimes it can be a direct question, sometimes it can be based on the concept, based on the formula. So where child has to think, again, whatever step we have learned just now for higher order thinking skill, analysis, evaluating, and creating. The child has to analyze what we have asked him to do. He has to divide if required. He has to divide in small parts all the information, connect them, and then find out what answer he needs and find out the step, what step he is taking. He has to see whether it is right or wrong, and then come to the answer. When child is giving answer, what we should do? We should not accept only answer. We should ask them how you got this answer, and definitely child will be very happy to share the steps whatever he has followed. Am I right, teachers? Have you tried this thing in a classroom? Namaste, ma'am. Teachers, can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, ma'am, have you tried these mental math session in the classroom, ma'am? When you try these session in the classroom, you can ask student to give answer, and you can ask them to give share the steps what they have followed to get the answer. Okay, teachers. Definitely, child will start thinking. He will try to find out the solution and try to find out the concept behind that, right? And he'll be able to share. He'll be able to justify that answer. Why he's giving that answer. Now, warm-up exercises, warm-up questions you can give whenever you start your session. Whatever you taught in previous classes, you can, based on that, you can ask for the ask questions, which is warm-up exercises. Again, child has to think all the concepts, whatever he has learned, and revise all the concepts. Then give situations where he has to apply the concepts and learning, whatever he has learned. He can use those learnings to solve the situation. Right, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, teachers, can I have few examples? What kind of situation you can give in the classroom? Situation you can give in
For example, HCF and LCM, we can ask them to find the HCF of a number.
Okay.
So, so they must be aware of the factors.
Yes, ma'am.
So factors will become the previous knowledge for them.
Correct, ma'am. So,
yes.
Like you will not ask only answer, right? You should ask them to explain how they have got that answer.
How they have to, yes, ma'am.
So then you will understand that they have applied the knowledge what they have learned in previous class.
Previous class.
Right? They are using their
yes.
learning.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone about the now, as we said, how it should be, what are high level questions when you ask question in the classroom? Like as I said, mental maths, you can conduct warm-up exercise. Out of 3 questions, you can ask 1 question which is high level question. What is the meaning of that? So high level question requires students what they know and apply it in a different ways. So analyze, as I said, your question should be based on the previous learning, and child has to analyze, he has to understand the base concept of that, and he has to connect all the facts what he is getting in that question and think about it differently. Then evaluate is nothing, examine information and make judgment. What he is doing is right or wrong. As ma'am said, LCM and SCF child has to use the concept of factor what he has learned in previous class. Am I right, ma'am? Kamakshi, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, we'll come to the create. The question, what is the meaning of create? When we're talking about the elementary level classes, create means what kind of creation should be?
Creating a story.
For example, they can create a picture using the shapes,
yes,
basic shapes.
For
creating any picture
that is
using
a new creation from their side, right? And they'll be very happy once they create using the shapes.
Yes.
So any creation made to represent understanding, diagram, art project, draw pictures, and small project what we can give for the internal assessment. Ma'am, in previous session, definitely ma'am would have discussed about the internal assessment. Those assessment also include our art integrated topics and art projects and diagrams and some lab activities, right? Math games, as one of the teachers said, we can introduce math game in the classroom. Your student will encourage their creating something new. They'll encourage to do something new. When they see others are doing, definitely they will also show their interest. Right, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So now we'll move to the next question. Now we have learned what is HOTS and how can we teach HOTS in the classroom. Now, very important question is, Why HOTS are important in mathematics? Why we need HOTS in mathematics? We are asking so many questions and child is learning so many concepts and using in day-to-day life. Then why HOTS is very, very important? Teachers?
To improve philosophical thinking.
Sorry, ma'am?
To improve his or her critical thinking.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. It is again connected to the critical thinking.
To elevate their thinking skills, which will help them not only in the class, but in the future to make better decisions in life.
Correct.
So for which HOTS questions are very essential.
Yes, ma'am. So HOTS are very, very essential. As ma'am said, they will use these learnings in their day-to-day life, and even future, whatever problem they'll face, they can use these learnings there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Any other views from teacher side? Teachers, please, you can share your view for this topic. Why HOTS are important in mathematics?
HOTS will improve their analytical thinking now.
Yes, ma'am. They have to analyze their analytical thinking, logical thinking. Yes. So when we start from the elementary level, definitely child will be able to face so many, exams in their upcoming classes. Am I right? They are ready to do so many exams, and not only exams, you can, as ma'am said, Kamakshi ma'am said, they will be able to solve so many problems which they face in day-to-day life, and they will be able to take the correct decision, right? So now we'll just see why HOTS are important in mathematics. So definitely problem solving in mathematics supports the development of the ability to think creatively. As Bhanu ma'am said, they'll think creatively, and they analyze the things critically and logically. They'll use logically, they can apply the things, right? The ability to structure and organize. So again, they have to organize the things step by step. Then only they will get the answer. That also they will learn when they will do HOTS, problem solving skills is very, very important. Sorry. And the last point in this, one second, teachers. The ability to process information. What is the meaning of that? The ability to process information. Whatever information they are getting, like we have learned the level analysis, right? Child is collecting all the information in part by part and trying to connect those information, right? So when he do HOTS, when he do problem solving question, that definitely the ability to process information, he enhance this ability. Am I right, teacher? He is able to connect all the information, whatever he is getting, and try to connect and get the answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I have taken few examples for the grade 1. The same way we can go for grade 2, grade 3 and the higher classes. When I talk about the analysis, you can see what kind of question we can answer. And for the grade 1, definitely child has to analyze all the questions. What is the missing number? So can somebody explain what is the meaning of this question and how child will analyze here? Analyze the question. If we ask the question, what is the missing number? He has to see before number, after number, or between number, which number is missing, he has to find out, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Now, can I have answer from some other teacher for the next question? What is the difference between, if we ask this kind of question, what analysis child is doing in this kind of question? You can make this question using your own numbers. Sarita ma'am, Bhanu ma'am.
You mean example questions, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Second question. Second question and third question also you can explain, ma'am. What's
the difference between 10 and 5 so that the child will find out the difference?
Yeah. So what analysis he will do, ma'am? And this kind of question.
Comparison.
Comparison, which number is greater and which number should come first?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? And if you
digit number, double digit numbers, ma'am.
Yeah, if you make it little difficult, like 2-digit number and 1-digit number, then he has to find out which number should come in 1's place, 10's place, in correct place when you are subtracting. The next question, which is greater? Again, child should know how to compare the numbers. Then the last question is identify the odd one. Now these all are just the example how child will use analyzing how he is using this word here. So grade 1 will see very simple question, but definitely child has to work on these questions. Am I right, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now we come to the next. What is the next level when we talk about the higher order thinking skill? Last 3 levels, I said these last 3 levels are under higher order thinking skills. Analyzing,
Evaluating.
So now we'll come to the evaluating. So what kind of question we can ask the student where he has to use this level? And we can think the child is in this level now in grade 1. So you can see the first question: in a class of 20 students, 13 are girls and 7 boys. Is it correct to say there are more girls in the class than boys? So he cannot say directly yes or no. Definitely he has to think. He has to analyze. Yes, ma'am is saying 20 students. How many girls? How many boys? Then he'll compare which is more, which is less. Then finally understand what question you have asked. Is it correct to say there are more girls? And finally he'll come to the answer yes or no. Yes, teachers? And when child will say yes, will you accept that answer and say very good? Teacher?
To the subtraction and finalize the answer.
Yeah, you have to ask him how you have reached to this answer. How can you say yes? Yes, what you're saying is right, but explain me how you have got this answer. So you will come to know what child is thinking and how he has reached to that answer. Am I right, teachers? Yeah. Can I request one of the teachers to read next question and tell me how child will evaluate this question? How it will come under evaluating? Yes, Charanya ma'am.
They know about the properties of each and every shape, ma'am. Then only they will be able to identify is this correct or not.
Yes. So teacher, see, again, this question looks very easy for us to give answer. Yes or no. No, there are one shape which is having 3 sides. But if you see the grade 1 student, for him, this question, he has to think. He has to read, understand what is the meaning of triangle, what is the meaning of square, rhombus, circle. First, he has to read those words, understand. And then finally, he'll come to the answer, yes or no. Am I right, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now the last level was creating. Do you think class 1 student will create some formula? What should be for class 1 creating a level? How we will adjust their creating level?
They can create formula in patterns, ma'am. 3 into the shapes like that.
Yeah, we can give the small activity, right? Whatever they have, we can, based on that activity, if they come up with a new creativity, definitely they are in that stage that we can think, right? Yes, teachers. In class 1, using the giving shape, any shape you can give you choose the shape. Don't ask them to choose. You choose the shape and ask them to think the new design or new project or something. You can make it using these shapes. So when child will come up with the new creative ideas and to create something new which is not there, definitely for him, he will think he is making some new object or new thing, new shape. We have to definitely appreciate that, and we should take that thing as in creating level for grade 1. Slowly, child will develop that level in upcoming classes. Am I right, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what are some of the questions or problem statements you ask your students that may encourage HOTS? So now teachers, it's your time to share I have given few examples, few questions just for the grade 1, but you can give the example, few questions, whatever you have used or you can use as a HOTS in your classes.
So by asking puzzles or asking them to solve Sudoku.
Yes, ma'am. But what kind of puzzles you can ask, ma'am? See, in our DAV maths book, we'll be having lots of HOTS questions. We'll be having Sudoku also. That we can definitely, and for some time, we'll be taking some activity where you use these all the Sudoku and problem solving questions. We'll take sessions for them. But when you conduct the class, what kind of HOTS you can add? You can just give one example, ma'am. Just take for the grade 1, grade 2. Other than puzzles and riddles, you can think about some other question which is based on our concept, what they are learning.
Ma'am, for grade 2, we can have this simple question in addition. So what is 10 more than 20 plus 30?
Correct, ma'am. So here what child is going to do? He is going to first, he should know the meaning of words, whatever words you have used. Am I right, ma'am?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, because class 2 student. So definitely whatever word you are going to use, he should know the meaning of those words. Very good, ma'am. So when you say the question, how child will work on that, ma'am?
They will first think what has to be done if you want to find more. Means they will come to the conclusion that we have to add. Then which two numbers should be added, 20 plus 30. Then they have to find 10 more than that.
Yes, ma'am.
So all these thinking skills will be involved in this, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Sundari, ma'am. Can I have one more example, teacher?
Use 3 threes and only 3 threes in any
Yes,
arithmetic operation. You get an answer 11.
Yes, Sarita, ma'am. Can you please repeat your question, Sarita, ma'am?
Use 3 threes in any arithmetic operation and get the answer 11.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. So how many times they have to use, ma'am?
3 threes only one time.
3 threes. Okay. There are 3 threes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Answer should be 11.
Okay. So what should be the answer? 11 should be the answer, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. So, but they will not be knowing it. They have to go step by step. Am I right, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. 3 into 3, 9 plus 3. Sorry, 12 answer.
3 to 3, 9 and plus 3 will be
plus 3. 12. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So you have to ask them to use 2 steps. Step 1 and step 2. Am I right, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Good question, ma'am. So this is all, and like we generally use question. Find the difference between the place value of 3 and face value of 3 in number 230. Now we have given number and we have asked place value, face value, and then at last step should be difference between these two numbers. So again, child has to work step by step. We have asked find the difference. Then second we have asked difference between what? Place value and face value of 3 in number 230. So they should know what is the meaning of place value. They should know what is the meaning of face value. And then finally, they should know how to subtract. For that, arranging the numbers. So all steps are involved in that, and definitely child has to think. Am I right, teachers? Very simple question. Place value, face value, find the difference. Any other example? We'll come to the next topic is the problem solving skills. As we have seen in HOTS, when child solves the problem, definitely he uses learnings, right? So that is all called problem solving skills. So when I say problem solving skills, you can see here, there is a loop, problem solving loop, which will help us to understand how it is going, how it will work. So you can see first child has to identify the problem, then explore information. Definitely when he read the question, he has to understand what information, what facts he's getting in that question, and he create ideas, what to do, what I can do in this, what should I find here. Then select the best idea. Again, what is the meaning of best idea? He should know step by step what he has to follow first. As ma'am said, ma'am has asked student to use 3 threes and they have to work like, they have to use the application and they have to get the answer 12. 3 threes, they have to use the correct application to get the answer 12. Now child should know first he has to multiply 3 threes and then he has to add. So 3 threes are 9 plus 3, 12. But if you do multiplication first, addition first, 3 plus 3, 6, and then he multiplies 6 threes are 18. So definitely this is not the right answer. Ma'am has asked answer should be 12. The child will think. He first find out the idea, then he select the best idea, what will work here, then build and test the idea, whether it is working or not, and then evaluate the results. What result he has got. As I said, he got 12, he got 18, which is the right result. What was the question? You will check with that. What answer he is getting. And finally, he'll get the answer, evaluate the answer. That is the 5th step. So identify the problem, explore the information and create ideas. Then select the best idea, apply that idea and test the idea whether it is working or not, and evaluate the result. What result is getting is really matching with the result what he needs. What was the question? What they have asked in that question, whether I'm getting that answer or not. So this loop itself is telling about the problem solving loop, problem solving skills. So you can see here teachers hope to develop problem solving skills as one of the most important learning outcomes for their students. When students know how to, again, we have come to the same 3 levels, what we have learned in our Bloom taxonomy, higher level thinking, higher order thinking skill. What was those levels? Analyze, synthesize, or evaluate information. What is the meaning of analyze? Analyze means, teachers, what is the meaning of analyze? Divide in small parts.
They will break up the information.
Small information.
Yes.
Right? And what is the meaning of synthesize? They'll connect all the information and finally
they will find their new methods, or they will find out new
conclusion. They'll
ways.
find the conclusion.
Yes, conclusion. Yes.
And or evaluate information. Whatever concept, whatever learning they are using, whether it is right or they are using in a right way or not, that they will evaluate by themselves. No one will be able to, no one will tell them whether it is right or they themselves evaluate, and they will be able to, they will be in position to tell and justify their answers. They will be able to, they will be in condition to give reason how they have got that answer. They can then apply that information to new problems. So when they know these all the things, only they can apply for the new problem. They will not say, I didn't see this problem before. How can I solve this? So they don't get that kind of question in their mind. What they will think, what they have learned and how to apply here. They can also think about their own attempts to solve problems in a metacognitive, cognitive sense, to see if there are any ways for them to improve in that way too. So they try their level best to get the answer. They don't give up. Am I right, teachers? So now teachers, be ready. I have few questions. And definitely I need your help to solve those questions. So teachers, first question.
Sai has 28 goldfish. He donates 12 to the school aquarium. He wants to place the remaining goldfish in 4 bowls. How many fish will be in each bowl?
If you think these questions, simple addition, subtraction, or division, right? But again, child has to read, understand, and then come to the conclusion what kind of application he has to use here. Am I right, teacher?
Yes, ma'am.
So when you read this question, so what kind of steps we have to follow, a child has to follow when he sees this kind of problem? So math problem solving strategy should be read the problem completely. First, we have to teach the student, they have to read the question completely in part by part. You know, so many students will very scared to see problem questions, word problem questions, because they can't understand, they can't connect the numbers and words, whatever we are asking there. Am I right, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
So whenever we are teaching these word problem question, or whenever we are asking HOTS question, don't use the word we are asking very higher order thinking skill question. Simple, that question also you can ask in a simple way and ask student to read the question completely, circle the keywords, what they can understand from those keywords. So you can see here, Kai has 28 goldfish. So first number should be 28 goldfish. What is this 28 goldfish? Total number of fishes. That's what we can use the word total number. Definitely they know the meaning of total number. He donates. What is the meaning of donates? He gave 12 to school aquarium. Now, definitely when you use the word gave, definitely they'll understand the meaning of donates here. He wants to place the remaining. What is the meaning of remaining? Which is left, right? They should know the simple meaning of those words also. Doesn't mean we should not use these. Definitely we should use. But we should use the synonyms also when you're taking the classes. During the classes, you should use the word whatever is possible in how many words you can use in the classroom. Not always in writing, even when you are dictating in the classroom, when you are talking in the classroom, when you are explaining in the classroom, you can use those words. At least child should hear those words. It should not be like that one time they are hearing those words. He wants to place the remaining goldfish in 4 bowls. How many fish will be in each bowl? Now we have to teach them. They have to circle the keywords or underline the keywords and numbers. Then underline the question, what they want. The first question is here, he donated 12 to school aquarium. So here itself, you can find out what is left here, right? How many fishes left? So they have to subtract. The first step is over. 28 minus 12. What will be the answer? 28 minus 12? How
16.
many? Now, decide the operation. Already he decided he has to subtract and find out the remaining one, then solve the problem. Now, what is the next step? They're asking he has to place the remaining goldfish in 4 bowls. Now you have 16 fishes. You have to put it in 4 bowls. Now you have to decide what you have to do here. Subtraction or division. Definitely, the child knows the concept. He will come up with the concept. Or slowly we can teach them how to find out the concept behind that. And then check your answer. Does your answer make sense? What your answer you are getting definitely is working or not. Slowly, child will be able to understand the word problem or problems. Okay, teachers. Now I have few more examples. Yes. Again, I need help from one of the teacher to read this question. Again, here question, whatever I'm sharing here, just all are lower level classes.
Solve this equation 5 plus 9 underscore. Now change the underlined number in the equation to make the same answer 11. Yeah.
Simple
so we
question
have to change that number 9 to any other number to make the answer 11.
11. Child has to first understand, right, ma'am?
Yes. First, the child should read the question. Then the child should understand the question, and then he should find out what operation has to be applied.
The operation is already there, ma'am. What number has to be applied?
What number? Yes, ma'am.
So now he will start using his finger, thinking after 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If he's in that position, or few children will give direct answer. If they are they are already in higher level thinking skills.
Yes, ma'am.
They will give the direct answer. So these kind of questions can simple, but definitely difficult for small level, lower level classes. You have to read, understand. Looks very one digit number, but definitely child has to think, work on this and get the answer.
Yeah, it will increase their thought process, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So now next question.
If 653 were multiplied by 10, what would the value of the 5 in the new product?
Yes. So Sundari ma'am, you can see your word multiplied. Child should know what is the meaning of multiplying. Then what is the meaning of product?
Product,
right?
yes. Yes.
Then what will be the value? Value is nothing. We are talking about place value.
Place value.
Correct.
Yes.
Now the place value of 5. Child should not get confused. So instead of using value, we can make it place value.
Place value.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Shanti ma'am. Yes, Shanti ma'am.
500, ma'am.
500.
Yeah. So, yes, ma'am. So now child has to first see these all the keywords, then break the question. First question is multiply. He should be ready with the answer. Product. Then next step should be what is the place value of 5.
Place value of the number.
Yeah. So what will the place value of 5 in the product?
100, ma'am.
500.
500. 8 as an answer, ma'am, right? In answer, one's place number is 8. Am I right, ma'am?
Ma'am, is it?
Yeah. So what will be the question? Like where you have 6
One's place is it 2?
Yes, Lavanya, ma'am.
One's place is it 2?
One's place is 2. And then in answer, one's place is what?
8. 12 minus 4.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Lavanya, ma'am. So what you have done when you have taken 2, so definitely you borrowed. So 6 has become 5.
Yes.
Am I right, ma'am?
Now the second digit will be 5. We have taken 1 from that. So that next 10th digit will be 5 now. So
No,
5.
Ma'am, now second digit will be 5 and 10th place is a 5. So
Yes.
what you have to subtract from 5 to get the second digit in the answer?
Yes. 5 minus what? Okay, 5. So it should be definitely 15. We cannot make it with 5. So we have to borrow from the next digit. So
Yes.
that gives 15 minus what will give you 8?
So what will you give you 8?
7.
7. So now you can see in, I will write down here, as ma'am said, this is number 2. When you borrow 12 minus 4, answer is 8.
362 minus 8.
Yeah, now if this is 12 will become 12. No, 2 will become 12. The 6 will become 5.
Yes.
Now again, we have to make it 15.
We
here.
have to make it 15. So we have to borrow
minus 7, 8. Now here it will be 3. Because you have borrowed, it will become 2. This will be 2. Am I right, teachers? Yeah. So we have to make it like very simple subtraction, but definitely you have to work on these questions.
Ma'am, we have to make it 788 or 288.
No, ma'am. Answer is not. I have given digits. I have not given any answer. I just asked
Okay.
you to these digits to make the equation.
Okay.
Yeah. So now, now next question is: I rolled 4 pair dice. The sum of the 4 dice was 8. List all of the combination of numbers I could have gotten. This you can give just like a small activity and ask them to find out what are the combination you can get where you'll get the answer 8, 6 and 2. Or no, there are 4 dice, right? So you let them work on that. You can give as a homework, you can give as an activity. Now next question. Again, it's a small lower level class, but they have to read, connect all the information, whatever they are getting from the question. So first analyze, then synthesize, then evaluate. Am I right, teachers? They are going to use all 3 levels here. Are you agree with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. It's a very small question for class 1 or class 2. Whatever level you want to take, you can change the number and take it. But again, child has to work in all the levels. Because they have to break the question in small part. That's what we have to teach them. Understand what facts you're getting, what information you're getting from the question, then what you have learned, apply there. Connect all the information and try to find out what you need to find there. And finally, evaluate your answer. What you're getting is right or not. What question has been asked and what answer you're giving. That also you have to check. So I'm thinking of a number. If you subtract 4 from my number, you get 12.
16, ma'am.
So what is my number? 16. Yes. So what child? And now they will think about the concept what teacher has taught them. How to find if you have the subtrahend and manuhand, if you have difference. They should know the concept, those words subtrahend, manuhand and differences. Then they have to know the connection between those numbers. Am I right, teachers? So when you teach in the classroom, you should use these all the words, whatever is possible in the classroom while teaching the concepts. Now, can I move to next question?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, there are 3 questions. Again, you can take these questions according to the level wise, class 1, class 2. The first one is again, very simple question. Child has to write simple number 97, but child should know what is the meaning of standard form. Write in standard form. We generally say write in numbers or write in short form. Am I right, teachers? We use these words, short form, numbers, numerals. The child should also know what is the meaning of standard form. Standard form is nothing. How we use that number generally. The 97, we generally use 97 in a number, 97. The 97 is a standard form of a number. So when I'm giving any word, definitely child has to write as a number there. Not always expanded form is having standard form or short form. But I can use this word standard form in an expanded form question also. I can give expanded form a number and ask you to write the standard form of that number. Standard form is nothing, it's a short form of that number. Again, the next question. Sundari ma'am.
Which set of addends will equal an what's odd sum?
Odd sum.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Which
Again,
set of addends will equal an odd sum?
Again, the word is addend. We are just simple. Child has to just add the number and give the answer whether it is odd and even. But what is the meaning of addend? Child will not be able to read that word or will not be able to understand the word. Definitely, he will not solve the question. He will read the question as it is. He's a small student, but if he knows the meaning of those words only, he can solve. We have to keep trying using how many words is possible in the classroom, which is related to the concept we should use. And the last question, what place value is underlined? Generally question, what question we ask? What is the place value of number 5?
Friends.
Write the place value of number which is underlined. But here question is the same, but the way we have asked is different. Right? We have not used the number 5, nothing. We just said, write the place values underlined. The child should understand what number we have underlined. We have to write the place value of that number. I hope teachers, you would have found these questions which is related to HOTS, and really you'll be able to make the questions in the same way when you make HOTS. And you can take these HOTS questions during the classes, during the mental math sessions, during the warm-up sessions. And I think when we set the paper also, we'll be having 5% question we can ask, a HOTS question we can ask. So you can frame the question based on the concept for 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 marks, and depend on the topics also. So you can work on that, and definitely it will help the child to improve their problem solving skills and critical thinking skills. Yes, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So now I'll just ask a very general question. A teacher writes an instructional objective as, I'm not just relating with the math, I'm just asking simple question. By the end of this lesson, the students will be able to use verbs in their sentences. The sub-domain or level of learning in which the objective will fall is, means I'm talking about the taxonomy, Bloom taxonomy. If child is able to use the verb in the sentences, the correct place, what is the meaning of that? What child is able to do here? Again, we have to think about the old original Bloom taxonomy, where that word has come.
Application.
Application, ma'am.
It's a comprehension, ma'am. Application, sorry, application.
Yes, application.
Correct. He is able to apply where he has to apply. Am I right?
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
next question. A child is able to tell that the dog is living thing and ceiling fan is a non-living thing. Which learning objective is shown to be achieved by this statement?
Knowledge, ma'am.
Knowledge?
Evaluation.
Knowledge or remember.
Evaluation.
Knowledge is just the recall the basic concept, right?
Evaluation.
Mm-hmm. Comprehension. Understanding. He knows dog is living thing and ceiling fan is non-living thing. So he's understanding the what is living thing and what is non-living thing. Then only he is able to connect. The comprehension is the Bloom's taxonomy's original form, level. But the same comprehension has changed when they have revised as an understanding. So when child understands the concept and is able to explain, it means he is in that level. The child is able to explain here, able to tell whether dog is living thing or non-living thing or ceiling fan is a non-living thing. He is able to compare and tell. Right, teachers? Now, here, a child is able to make the right decision after thinking. What kind of learning is this?
Evaluation.
Evaluation, ma'am.
Evaluation.
Evaluation. Yes, teachers. Last but not least, we have learned all the levels from lower level to higher level. So can you please arrange this? I'm not going to give any answer. You have to arrange what you understand from today's session, and you can arrange and you can write the answer in the chat box. You can write down these questions. This question, I have given 6 levels. What we have learned today in today's session, and I believe you all know the level of these level stages of these levels. So you can arrange them according to their level and send me the answers in chat box. Yes, Shanta ma'am, you want to say something? Shanta ma'am?
A.
Yes, ma'am.
C. B. F. D.
Yes, yes. Then? Yes, teachers, it's a new revised taxonomy. In this taxonomy, we have create word and we have remember word, understand word, right? Yes, teacher, I can see so many teachers are replying. Nice to see that. And I hope this session will be useful for you. And